Hey, senior jailites, how are you? Well, I'm a little late because I've reached that age where I fall asleep in the chair. Isn't that awful? Well, who knows what day it is? Who knows what week it is? I saw something the other day. I don't know whether you ever had, as a young little girl, panties that had days of the week on them. Well, I did, and I saw something the other day that says, "Don't you wish we had those so we'd know what day it was?" Yes, I do. Anyway, all right, today is True Confessions. I've got to tell you about my snit that I got into. All right, so I hate to admit it, but I order about 65,000 packages from Amazon on a daily basis. And so those people do know my address. So I'm here yesterday and I get this notice from Amazon. We need more information in order to be able to deliver your package. Well, I was furious. That's when the snit began. I thought, what do you mean you need more information? So if you go to my profile and you look up delivery, I say, here's the gate code. Here's the color of the outside of the building. Here's the cross street. Here's the, once you get to the gate, use the gate code. Don't try the little call button. That never works. Then once you get inside the courtyard, turn left. Go near the two wrought iron chairs in the swing. See my front door. Next to the front door is a red box. Put packages in the red box. It was all there. So I put on my hat of righteous indignation and I called Amazon. I went to my call me. So this very nice lady called and I said, what is it that you need? This delivery driver had everything except my bra size. Well, all of a sudden there was this click and I thought, was she offended with that? It's true. So in a minute she comes back and she hasn't completely stopped laughing. And I said, you don't have to leave just to laugh about that. It's true. They know everything. They know how many, squares of toilet paper to use and how many steps from the car to get to my gate. Where is my book? Well, anyway, when she stopped laughing, she said, I'm going to escalate this to the escalate. I'm going to escalate this to the escalation manager. I said, please do. They'll be calling you, and they'll be calling you soon. I said, all right. So I huffed and snitted around, and in a minute, the phone rang. So a second lady gets on the phone. She's very nice. She was saying, well, I said, no, read what's there. Read what's there. And I went through it all. And I said, again, this little driver is lazy. And I thought to myself, and he probably has his pants hanging down halfway off his ass. It's just such a mystery how those things stay up. Anyway, so I then went on to say he had everything but my bra size, and this lady fell out. And I said, I really wanted this package today. He could have slid it on the ground under the wrought iron gate that has bars 6 inches apart, or he could have put it through there. Anything. He didn't call me. He didn't do anything. And finally she said, this book is important to you. And I said, yes, it's important to me. My friends wrote it. So, several times I got on here and told you about the book that I had written with 29 other ladies. Well, another group that I know of wrote this book, and there were 20 of them. And she said, really, you know people who wrote it? And I said, yes. She said, well, what's it about? And I said, well, it's called Permission Granted, and it gives you permission to do this. How a lot of times women won't give themselves permission to do this or that or whatever. So I started naming some of the topics that we had discussed when I was in that group. She got very quiet. I thought, well, have we been disconnected? And she said, you know, I may need to buy that book because I need to give myself permission to do some changing and to some growing. And it was in that moment that I saw the bigger picture. And I thought, oh, Jeanie, when your life gets really small, you start acting like God. This was very unusual for Amazon not to deliver this. How do you know that this little guy with the pants half off his ass, how do you know he wasn't being used for a higher purpose? And why don't you get out of the way? How do you know? I love it when I see this synchronicity. How do you know that this wasn't a snafu so that this escalation manager would learn about this book? How do we know that there's not something in that book that's going to change this woman's life? So we laughed and talked about how maybe this was a message for her, and I certainly got a message for me. And so she said, I'll get this gentleman to bring it back. And I said, well, I'm on my way to the post office to overnight something. So can he slide it under the gate, please? Oh, yes, he would. So as the universe and spirit would have it, I'm getting ready to leave, and guess who shows up? I was right. I wasn't being judgmental. I was being psychic. He did. He had his pants half off his ass. Poor thing was hot, sweaty, couldn't read his little device that told him what code was. And I said, thank you for the book. And off he trotted. And I thought, poor little thing, he had no clue that he might have been used to get the escalation manager the name of this book that might change your life. And as I was stomping around in a snit, wanting the world to bend to my way, I might have been being used. So I unsnitted myself and was made right size by seeing the bigger picture. I'm sure nothing like this has ever happened to you all. Y'all are spiritual goddesses and gods and have progressed way beyond. But I still have a lot of room to grow. One more thing. In the next few days, I'll be putting up a link for you to include your email. I'm getting ready to start a new project. And if you would like to have updates, then when you see this graphic, then hit it and make sure that I have your email. I haven't sent an email in a long, long time. But I'm doing some stuff that's at the end of this month and in September that is new and different. And if you want to make sure that you get notice of it, make sure I have your email. And I'll be talking more about that. I hope you're having a good day, whatever day it is. And if you're in a snit, get over yourself. I had to. I love you, and there's not a damn thing you can do about it. Bye. Have a wonderful day.